Hi all, and welcome to yet another video of me talking about Magic the Gathering. Now, Bloomburrow is my favorite set of all time, and I just wanted to share my feelings about it now, since I was not making content when the set released. To sum it up, just frankly, I love it. I love the cards, I love the setting, I love everything about this set. And can you guess how many commander decks I've built from this set specifically? Well, yeah, five. And I plan on building more if I find the right cards or the right strategy. First, I want to talk about the setting. Now, Bloomburrow is a plane that is inhabited by cute little critters, and any planeswalkers that planeswalk to this plane also turn into these cute critters. Now that's just an animal lover's paradise, that's what this set is. And it's got every cute critter you could possibly think of. It's got raccoons, it's got birds, mice, frogs, rabbits, rats, squirrels, and even otters. Finally, some otter representation. Otters are my favorite animal, and seeing the preview cards where they were depicted as wizards that are in the Izzet colors, I love Izzet. And that made my heart just soar. That's why I have Alanya right here on my desk. So mostly every cute animal enjoyer got something out of this set, including me. And this set's sales, well, they were very high. Not to mention, the collector booster box is now going for far more than their asking price when the set was released, because, well, everyone wants to pull one of the highly coveted raised foils, right? Everyone wants to find them. So there is a small possibility of actually finding one. And now I have one here, but I bought this one because look at her. Come on. She's the cutest thing you've ever seen. Don't tell me that that's not true. I bought it, did not pull it, just because it's my favorite art on any of those cards, and truly, it's a keepsake from this set that I plan on just having around. The fact that all the major commanders from this set are in this special raised foil style add another depth to collecting. I mean, it really makes them special. Like, imagine you built a commander deck and your commander deck is led by this. Like, that's beautiful. That's so special. Don't you agree? Yeah, it's a great feeling, okay? It's a great feeling. I love to bling out my decks. That shouldn't be a surprise. Now, this set was also, the pre-release happened right around my birthday, and I did manage to purchase and open my first ever full play booster box, and I am so happy this box was my first ever box of Magic the Gathering, because the art is just so beautiful and sweet, and if you read through all the cards, you take your time with it, it's just so pleasant to get immersed in this beautifully crafted world. It is truly a magical set. Just opening those packs felt like a wonderful Beatrix Potter fairy tale coming alive before my eyes. I hope some of you know who Beatrix Potter is. I loved her fairy tales growing up, and I think it's not a surprise that I love this set as much as I do. I think this set does not break Magic like some of the other sets. It has got a lot of strong cards, but it does not break the game. You know, unlike some other coveted newer cards. Looking at you, Ugin, Eye of the Storms. There were quite a few cycles printed within this set. So the uncommon talents, the rare talents, the season cards, of course, and a calamity beast of every color, meaning you can definitely find the cards you will need for your decks. Speaking about those, the gift mechanic introduced in Bloomburrow is truly not a gift, but a work of great game design. While it may not be as effective in Standard, this mechanic is wonderful in Commander. I mean, think about how many times you wanted to play a removal piece, but you're afraid your opponent might get salty. I mean, you need to counter a spell that threatens to run away with the game. You can do that, just give them a card. That way it softens the blow, and these cards are specifically awesome in Commander. I mean, who doesn't want cards or creatures, you know? There is a card that if you want to bounce some strong permanent, you can give them a fish. And the fish tokens are really cute, so who wouldn't want this on their battlefield? It just makes the game less hostile, which is how I like to play Commander. Yes, you get the advantage, but hey, at least I get a card, right? And who doesn't love cards? Another wonderful mechanic was introduced with the name of Offspring. Well, you can essentially get a wee little baby token copy of a good creature by paying additional mana when you're casting it. This is such a cute and thematic mechanic for this set specifically. You are casting cute critters and also their babies. That's so adorable. One of my favorite cards to Offspring is War and War Leader because you just get a lot of bunnies, and the War and War Leader Offspring is so cute. And the bunny tokens that were from the set are so cute. Okay, there was even a commander deck released centered around the Offspring mechanic, which I will talk about later. Now, there were also two tribal mechanics introduced in the form of Forage and Expend. To forage is to either exile 3 cards from your graveyard or sacrifice a food, and it was a mechanic specifically for the squirrels in the set. It fits so well, but it's not super strong. However, Expend was the mechanic for raccoons. And this is a mechanic that keeps track of how much mana you spend on spell casting within one turn. And then, if you expend some mana, you will get a benefit from the raccoons that are hopefully on your battlefield. This was purely the raccoon mechanic, and it's thematically perfect. Bloomburrow was the perfect opportunity for a lot of new players to get into Magic, and I feel like they delivered a wonderfully crafted product and a very magical plane for these people to get into. They also delivered an amazing product for those looking to get into Magic's most played format, Commander. The 4 Commander decks that were specifically for this set were very strong, and some of them I think are still going for their original prices or even lower, so you can pick some of those up today. There is Bellow, who turns all your strongest artifacts and enchantments into attackers that also draw you cards. Who doesn't want that? And they're also indestructible, so they don't die. There is Hazel, who cares about making any tokens you can think of and tapping them for heaps of mana, and she also lets you copy a token at end step, giving you another token if you just copied a squirrel. That's all on one commander and one card. There is also Zinnia, who cares about enter the battlefield effects and aims to maximize them by creating Offspring. With Zinnia on the battlefield, you can pay 2 extra to Offspring any card in your hand, which is super effective with cards that say when this creature enters, draw a card. And there is Miss Bumbleflower, which quickly became one of the most built group hug decks because it gives you and your opponents cards, but you ultimately end up just getting more value than your opponents because you also get a flying rabbit and you can put counters. This set also provided one of the most talked about and unique commanders of the year, Flubs the Fool. A great reference to the tarot card The Fool with very fitting flavor text. This commander is very unique in its design and can be built in a lot of ways, which were all discussed in online forums prior to the set's release. Now, I personally have a Flubs deck myself, however, I cannot make it work properly yet, which I will have to work on. There were quite many cards in general that were introduced in Bloomburrow and are super used and talked about till this day. 3 Tree City is certainly a standout and a welcome addition to many tribal decks. Not a surprise that a set that has many cute critters focuses on tribal themed cards. Patchwork Banner also adds to that list, which is a great addition to these types of decks because it's essentially a mana rock that buffs creatures of a certain type, and that is just an uncommon. And it is priced higher than all the other uncommons so far. Dawn's Truce is also a particularly special piece of protection for your board with the gifted mechanic on it, meaning it softens the blow for your opponents when they didn't blow up your board like they wanted to. And from the rare talent cycle, the most used one ended up to be Caretaker's Talent, which is a powerful enchantment at any level that you choose to use it. Some new cards printed only in the Commander decks are also slowly becoming staples in the format. I'm sure that by this point you have seen a Polywalk Prodigy, a 20-toed Toad, an Agate Instigator, or a Jacked Rabbit in some of your games. These are pretty powerful cards, and 3 of them were actually printed in the same Commander deck. So yeah, that's Bloomburrow, and I love it. I feel like the set has claimed a certain part of me and will forever have a place in my heart. It's been a while since a Magic set has made me feel this happy playing Magic, creating decks. It sent me on a rush of excitement that led me through most of the summer and half of autumn at least. I mean, everything about the art, the synergies, the beautiful treatments left me in awe. And Bloomburrow is joyful and weird, and I would say it's magic in the purest form. I truly feel like this set is amazing to get into for new players, but what do you think? Do you have such feelings about the set? And what was the set that is dear to you in the same way that Bloomburrow is to me? Please share about it in the comments and I will try to respond to all of them. I'm very thankful if you made it till the end of this video, and if you want to see more, you could subscribe. Recently, I unboxed Tarkir Dragonstorm collector booster box on stream, and soon I will be announcing a stream for a Bloomburrow collector booster box, which is why this video is kind of a precursor to it. So if you want to see that, you can stick around. And thank you once again, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye!